is all eyes on 12. He's ready to go. Look, he's going to prove it. Yeah, let's go. I can't say one. Yeah, I can't say one of those words. Mike Evans, what's going on with that combo with Tom Brady? They better figure that out here down the stretch. There he is, the red rifle, got that beard all tucked into that chin strap, ready to go. 10th consecutive start for the Saints, and Alvin Kamara had 2 fumbles last week. Looking for a big night tonight in Florida. Welcome to the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. And welcome to, believe it or not, what is a big game in the NFC South. And now, welcome to you to the broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck. This is the Hall of Famer and the 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3 Super Bowls. That pales in comparison to the guy that we're covering tonight. And that man is Tom Brady. Tom Brady, they're asking a lot of this guy, and if they're going to get anything going here down the stretch, they got to get that offensive line figured out.
Anybody who's watched Tampa play this week has seen the problems offensively, and this is new territory for Tom Brady and not being able to score points throughout his entire career. He's been a top 10 scoring offense, and there's a lot of reasons for that. The offensive line, as we know, a lot of new faces, and they have struggled. But the good news for Tampa Bay is that they do lead the division. Everything is still out in front of them. And unlike week 2, when these two teams met, Brady has some of his weapons back. You've got Chris Godwin, who's healthier than he's been all season long. They've got Julio Jones back. That connection with Mike Evans has to improve. They've got to be able to get the big plays that we're accustomed to seeing from them over the last couple of years, especially in a game like this, if they're going to be able to score some points.
Yeah, and when you talk about the New Orleans Saints, the season has not gone at all like they hoped it would go. They've got just the 4 wins, but boy, do they have an opportunity here tonight. They've kind of had Tom Brady's number, and somebody turned the lights on back there. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, over the short while that Tom Brady's been with Tampa Bay, when you look at the team, though, yeah, they've got Kamara, they got a stud rookie receiver in Olave, but this is a team that if they're going to win, you feel like they're going to win because of their defense.
Yeah, this is a really good group. Dennis Allen has been coordinating good defenses in New Orleans for several years, and this might be his best. Last week's performance against San Francisco was smothering, one of the best I've seen in a long, long time, and they're going to need another performance like that. Now, Andy Dalton, he's still controlling the reins at quarterback. He's done a pretty good job. He's been able to stabilize things. But the biggest issue offensively has been that unlike earlier in the year when they got Alvin Kamara going, they were running the football pretty well. Over the last month, they've run about as poorly as anybody in football. It's going to be hard for them again tonight, but they've got to have some balance, because expecting them to just drop back and throw the football with some of the weapons that they have that are out tonight, it's going to be a real challenge for them.
Yeah, but as we've said it all night, the entire division's under 500. That guy's team is in first place, and a chance for the Saints to jump right back in it here tonight.
They don't like us, we don't like them.
It gets spicy sometimes.
See you later, bye. Chris Olave.
Lights, Kamara, action.
Tom Brady, you are the man, you are the GOAT.
Marching our way toward kickoff here in Tampa, Florida. Tom Brady is getting set to go, looking for bigger and better against the New Orleans Saints. Time now for our Experian Boost as we send it down to Lisa Salters.
Hey there, Joe. Well, a win tonight would be Tom Brady's 20th career victory on Monday night, which would tie Dan Marino for the most wins all time over the 53 years of Monday Night Football. But in the 3 seasons Brady has been in Tampa, the Saints have proven to be his most formidable division rival. Since 2020, Brady's first season here, the Bucs are 9-1 against the Falcons and Panthers in the NFC South, averaging 33 points in those 10 games. But in the regular season against New Orleans, just 1 win in 5 games, with their scoring output cut by over half, dropping off to 15 points per game. And here at home against the Saints, the numbers get even worse for TB12. In the 2 games Brady has faced New Orleans in Tampa, he's thrown 0 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions, and has been sacked 7 times. The Saints have outscored the Bucs 47-3 in their last 2 meetings here. And last year's 9-0 loss to New Orleans in Week 15 was the first time a Brady-led offense had been shut out since 2006. Score more points. That's been Brady's message this week about how to jumpstart what he describes as being an average season so far. But he acknowledges that's going to be tough to do against this Saints defense that has seemingly had his number. Do I think we're going to go score 50 against these guys? Probably not, Brady said, but I'm hoping it doesn't take 50. Joe?
Lisa, thank you. One guy he doesn't have to worry about is four-time Pro Bowl corner Marshawn Lattimore, who tonight is missing his 8th straight game. You've been watching the Progressive Monday.
What do you think makes a good ball player?
See that skinny one there? Lacks a strong arm, not the fastest. That's Brady.
The best stories are about hearing a call and answering it.
Patriots have won Super Bowl 36.
They're about beating odds.
The greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
And silencing doubts.
Breaking news.
Tom Brady is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
This is a big moment for Tom Brady.
Carving a path through an opposing force.
600 touchdown passes.
Excellence, its own reward.
Bucs win the Super Bowl.
Knowing the light will show flaws as well as flair.
No one cares if you try. We're here to do.
Accepting the disappointment that follows and the scrutiny that comes from success.
I don't need exterior motivation. The ones that I have inside of me are enough.
Okay, just like that.
While welcoming the test of time.
The clock's ticking on all of us.
Like a golden vision on a silver screen. The best stories invite us to dream.
Brady's the GOAT. It's unbelievable.
Daring us to believe from the opening shot to the final scene. Whenever
Tom Brady's a guy.
that might be.
What more does he have to prove?
What do you think makes a good ball player?
The greatest of all time.
He is still doing it at the age of 45, 23rd year in the National Football League, and we'll see him right out of the gate tonight. The Saints won the toss, they defer. Buccaneers get the ball to start, and plenty to talk about with Tom Brady in this offense, which comes in averaging 18 points per game, 27th in the National Football League. He is 45 years old. He looks like he's 27. Can't figure that one out. He plays like he's about 32 or 33. He just defies time. And he'd like to have a little more time back behind this offensive line to find guys open downfield. And he and the offense will start at the 25. And the three-time National Football League MVP, who is putting together that type season, 3,051 pass yards, 14 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Troy, the ball is coming out lightning quick out of necessity. Does not have a lot of time behind this patchwork offensive line. Yes, we got it. All 4 teams in the NFC South are under 500, but they're within 1.5 games of each other. One of these teams is going to the playoffs. One of these teams is going to host a wild card playoff game. Buccaneers lead the way at 5-6. Falcons at 5-8. Panthers had a bye. They cut Baker Mayfield today. And then the Saints not only want to get a win here tonight to get their 5th win of the season, but they want to split the season series with Todd Bowles and the Buccaneers as the Bucs won Week 2 in New Orleans. The 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback. Those were during his days with Cincinnati. 4 years in a row, he's been with 4 different teams. Cincinnati, Dallas, Chicago, and now New Orleans, making his 10th start of the season. The numbers are okay, and as Dennis Allen said, they look at him as part of the solution, not the problem with the offense.
Yeah, you'd like a better endorsement than that, but that's a good start.
Get to the 25, brought down by Isaac Yadam, who just came up off the practice squad. A return of 4, Bucs get it right back, up 3. Monday Night Football brings out the celebs, a couple of Hall of Famers. Derek Brooks, who was a joy to watch here, and Warren Sapp, who few could handle inside. Got a chance to say hi to Aaron Judge down by the TV trucks tonight. 62 home runs, the American League record, and a reminder of just how massive that human being is.
Himself on throwing the ball down the field.
Another touch for Leonard Fournette, his 8th of the game. Tom Brady the founding and only member of the 600-plus touchdown pass club, and he's at 638. So if you add Archie Manning and Drew Brees, who, by the way, is number 2 on that all-time list at 571, you get just a few more than Brady alone. Elway doubled his up. You get to 600. Montana and Warren Moon, a couple of Hall of Famers at 564. It's just ridiculous with the level of consistent, excellent play. Here's a catch placed inside the 22nd possession for Andy Dalton and the Saints. Down 3. Well, yesterday was officially a big day for these 4 schools. We found out the college football playoff semifinal matchups December 31st on ESPN. Michigan and TCU at 4 Eastern, followed by Georgia and Ohio State. The winners play on Monday, January 9th on ESPN, and the 2 quarterbacks going at it head-to-head are proud alumnus. They both went to schools that are going to go at it in the semifinal. Brady in Michigan and Andy Dalton, a Horned Frog from TCU.
Yeah, the Red Rifle is sure fired up about his Horned Frogs. I'm fired up for him, too. That'll be a great matchup with Jim Harbaugh's Wolverines.
Here's one. Welcome back to Tampa Bay. I'm with Bucs head coach Todd Bowles. Todd, Saints on the move. What do you need to see from your defense to start the second quarter?
Just got to play our technique. We gave up a play we shouldn't have gave up on 2nd and long, and we should understand that better than that. We got to play smarter football. You got 3 points on the board in that opening drive, but what kept it from being as satisfying offensively for you in that first quarter? Well, we need 7. We got to punch it in once we get down there. It's hard to get 3 points against this team and still win the ball game. Thank you, Coach. Guys. Runs into Caden Ellis. Rashad White was not heavily recruited out of high school. Grew up near Kansas City, committed to Nebraska Kearney Division II, redshirted, didn't play. Transferred to community college Mount San Antonio in California, and then ended up at Arizona State. He was drafted by the Bucs in the 3rd round, 91st overall in this past draft. Played for Herm Edwards with Julio Jones. Saints have the ball, down 3. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Beautiful night here on the 5th of December. It's week 13. We'll look at the NFC playoff picture when we get a second here. Ingram gets it, cuts up field. And Raheem Nunez-Roches on the tackle after a gain of 5. Here's the NFC. Number 1 seed. There's only one bye now in each conference. Belongs to the Eagles. Vikings, the number 2 seed, the 49ers. We'll talk about them at 8-4. And these Buccaneers right now on top in the NFC South. The Cowboys just took apart the Colts last night. The Giants, the Seahawks, and sniffing around. I like it. Not in the hunt on the far right. Defense and Neal. And the Saints on top for the first time tonight. ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Burger King and Progressive. The right call to protect your home and car. Taysom Hill knew that with the injury to Juwan Johnson, the ankle injury that has him inactive for this game, he's really improved as a tight end. A huge mismatch problem for any defense. Taysom knew he was going to get more looks tonight, and there he is with the 30-yard touchdown catch. Great field position up 4. Don't miss the 28th annual Jimmy V Classic at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night on ESPN and the ESPN app. Illinois takes on Texas at 7, then Iowa squares off against number 15 Duke. Always a great night for a great cause. To donate to the Jimmy V Foundation, go to v.org. Gillikin end over end. It's touched at the 10 by Traquan Smith. The New Orleans defense, they're a handful. Coming off a strong game, even in a loss at San Francisco. Playing well again tonight. Frustrating Tom Brady. Dennis Allen's team up 7-3. Look at the numbers for the quarterbacks as we play here in the second quarter with under 4 to go. Tampa Bay about to start with their worst starting field position of the game, and after that impressive 16-play opening drive, 3 straight punts for Tampa Bay. There's nothing there for Godwin, and we saw what we've seen earlier in this game last week at Cleveland.
This was that overtime miss last week against Cleveland that pretty much ends the game if they hit that, and this was the miss to Julio Jones earlier in this game, and I think that's been the biggest difference in this offense from a year ago. Last year they led the league in completions of 20 yards or more. This year they're around middle of the pack. They just haven't had the big strike that they're accustomed to having.
Coming up on the Allstate halftime, Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes. Adam Schefter has the latest on the 49ers quarterback situation and the status of Lamar Jackson. He hurt his knee. That's coming up at the half with Susie Colbert, Booker McFarland, and Adam Schefter. And there's Jimmy Garoppolo going off yesterday. Brock Purdy came in and did a nice job. 25 of 37, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Kyle Shanahan liked him. When we talked to him earlier, he's going to get a chance to see plenty of him. And we will welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and it's more of the same for Tampa Bay on offense, and we're seeing just how good this Saints defense really is.
Yeah, they're smothering, and I said it. The 49ers last week were terrific. They shut out the Saints, but for the Saints to do what they did against that 49ers offense and their ability to run the football and throw it the way that they can, it was a dominant performance. And so they come into this game with a great deal of confidence against an offense that has struggled. And outside of that one drive that we saw to open the game for Tampa Bay, they really haven't been able to put much together on this first half.
Here's Darden on the return from about a yard deep in the end zone and out of bounds. Saints, by the way, will get the ball to start the second half as well. Look at the NFC South. The Buccaneers are on top at 5-6. The division looks awful when you look at those records. The Saints are headed into their bye. Tampa Bay's upcoming schedule at San Francisco and Brock Purdy, and then at home against Cincinnati. The next 2 weeks not easy for Tom Brady and crew, and they're hearing it a bit from the fans here at home. They had that good drive to start the night. Nothing really since. And Tom Brady averaging 4.5 yards per attempt, his worst in the first half in the last couple of years. Good effort by Dalton and the Saints defense. They lead by 7. Allstate halftime coming up next. Target everything you need to holiday your way. This is a 10-3 game. Second half about to get underway. The Saints will start this half with the football. New Orleans up 7. There are the quarterback numbers. Been a couple of drops for Andy Dalton on the back end of throws, and we'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, and it's about what we expected, a low-scoring game, and the Saints defense rising to this challenge.
Yeah, not a surprise from what we thought coming into the game, the way the offenses had been playing, and probably more importantly, the way the defenses have been playing. The Saints have they've been able to hit a few more plays, really, in that first half and take advantage, but you know, here it is, a one-possession game, so we'll see what they've got going. But neither team able to really run the football, and the Saints doing just enough to have a lead.
Camarda kicks it away. Out to the 25 it will come, and moments ago, Lisa caught up with Dennis Allen.
Dennis, the last 10 quarters of football in this stadium, your defense has been dominant. Just where does that confidence, that swag come from?
We just got a lot of good players that play hard, you know, and they like playing against the best, and we're playing against the best quarterback to ever play the game, so they enjoy that.
Rashid Shaheed, your rookie, having himself a night, but you still haven't been able really to get the run game going. So how do you generate some more offense, especially on this opening drive, to help the defense out?
We just got to keep going here. We missed a couple opportunities there, and we could, you know, we could have put some more points on the board. So we got to take advantage of the opportunities that are there for us.
Thank you, Dennis.
Well, we heard Dennis Allen tell Lisa Salters at half that they've got really good players who play hard, and that's been the difference here in this game so far. Marcus May, he saves what really would have been a touchdown, and then the pressure on Tom Brady, and of course capped by the big play by Demario Davis right before the half when the Buccaneers finally got good field position. But these guys do an outstanding job, and they've been in this system for the most part for several years, and it has shown in the things that they've been able to do and how they've been able to smother a lot of offenses.
Time now for our electric play, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Cam Jordan, a 7-time Pro Bowler. He has been coming after Tom Brady all night, and here downfield, punching the ball out of the right arm of Rachaad White. And it's been a 2-takeaway night for Dennis Allen's defense.
Yeah, you see Dennis Allen being one of the first guys over there to talk to him and congratulate him. When you have your best players that are hustling and making plays down the field like that, then that sets the tone for the entire team. And Cam Jordan has been doing it his entire career. It's impressive for him to be able to play at the level that he does and the effort that he does. He doesn't take plays off, and it showed on that forced fumble that he just had.
13-3 ball game, Saints on top. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Start the fourth quarter down below. The offense hung out there for a while, but the punt team is out there for Tampa Bay at the end of a drive that started with back-to-back 8-yard runs and then 6 straight pass plays. Over the head of Shaheed and into the end zone. And a net of 20 yards.
Yeah, the crowd didn't like that at all.
This week, NFL players are wearing customized cleats in honor of the causes they support through My Cause, My Cleats. Text MCMC to 635-635 to hear players' stories, bid on their custom cleats for charity, and learn more about how they're making a difference in their communities.
That's pretty cool what the league has allowed the players to do, and as creative as so many of these guys get for the various causes. And I've said it a lot, the players typically have Tuesdays off. A lot of them have Monday and Tuesday if they win the game, but they do so much in the community, a chance for them to showcase the things that are important to them.
Mario Davis wants to promote youth education through Devoted Dreamers Academy. Chris Olave seeks to transform the lives of young boys who are growing up without a father. In conjunction with the Son of a Saint Foundation, Levante David for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay, and Julio Jones is promoting young women of color to excel in computer programming by partnering with Black Girls Code, as well as supporting families who have lost a child to gun violence with the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Now 2nd down and 9 over their last 4 drives, leading by 13. Back to work, Brady.
Touchdown, Patriots! What do we do?
That's our matchup next Monday in the desert in Glendale, Week 14. Cardinals will be coming off their bye. Patriots will be coming off their Thursday night loss at home to Buffalo, so a mini bye. And right now the Patriots at 6-6, just 1 spot out of the playoff picture in the AFC. Spots held by Cincinnati, Miami, and the Jets. Well, here comes Brady. He has been shut down yet again by this Saints defense. And since 2020, a 1-4 record overall. You can add one more win that came in the playoffs in their march to the Super Bowl in 2020. But the Saints back on offense, leading this by 13. Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, Tom Brady talking it over clearly as we welcome you into the booth. Tom Brady wanted to go for that on 4th down and 10. Eventually, his head coach, Todd Bowles, won out there as he sent the punt team out, and there's Brady sitting there watching the defense, hoping for another chance.
Yeah, I mean, that was the game then if they go for it there. But at 4th and 10, the odds are against you. But at some point, I think that based on the way this game's been played, you've got to take a shot, and you've got to see whether or not you can get lucky and make it happen. Because right now you're looking at a few more minutes going to be taken off the clock, and you're still down 2 possessions trying to work your way back into this thing. So I don't disagree with Tom saying, hey, let's stay out here and see if we can't pick this up, and knowing that the game's over essentially if you don't.
And they missed the mind of Bruce Arians, who was the head coach here with the Tampa Bay Bucks and is now a football consultant, as they call him. He's here at the stadium tonight, but I think they missed that man.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to it. I mean, it's hard to not conclude that.
And the touchback. Let's give you the playoff picture in the NFC, with Philly the top seed at 11-1, Minnesota right behind at 10-2. We were there when Philadelphia took care of Minnesota early in the season, so they have the head-to-head. San Francisco, they've won 5 straight, but they lost Jimmy Garoppolo yesterday. Tampa Bay right now at 5-6, leading the South, and Dallas the top wild card spot at 9-3. The Giants at 7-4-1. They tied the Commanders yesterday. And Seattle at 7-5. Those teams on the right certainly still alive. With 1 minute, 59 seconds left. And the Buccaneers down by 6 with a timeout in their pocket, trying to get a win here tonight at home over the Saints.
I'm Scott Van Pelt here, getting set for Monday Night Post game. We will get reaction from both the Buccaneers and the Saints. Ryan Clark here in studio to break down whatever happens in the next 159. We'll also talk to Joe and Troy. Fellas, it feels kind of like that Rams game from a few weeks back.
Yeah, it really does. Ugly game, but a chance at the end, and Tom Brady knows what to do with these chances. The Bucs lost the last 69 games when trailing by 8 or more points in the fourth quarter. This was a 13-point game with just over 3 minutes to play. This game is over, and the Buccaneers are 6-6 and on top in the NFC South. It was 16-3 with 3:03 left, and Brady found Cade Otton. And then with 8 seconds left, the snap, Brady found the rookie Rachaad White. The extra point puts Tampa Bay on top. And the win at 17-16. And let's see who is ruling the moment, brought to you by Burger King. I defer to you, sir, who won 3 Super Bowls yourself, and you are in Canton, Ohio. You call him the greatest to ever do it. There is no question in my mind, or the minds of many others, the 7-time Super Bowl champion got it done here tonight.
There's a lot of debates in sports. That's not one of them. He, without question, the greatest to ever do it. And this win, even though a regular season win, has to mean a lot.
Let's go to Lisa.
Thanks, guys. Tom, how much are moments like this why you still keep playing?
It's awesome by our team. It's a great effort by the defense to hang in there all day. The skill guys played great, made a lot of great catches. I missed some throws early, but really proud of our team for hanging in there against a team we've always struggled with. So good to get a win at home. And it's my daughter's birthday, so happy birthday, Vivi Lake. Daddy loves you. And hopefully that's for her. She was a little worried when I said, we're playing the Saints. So, oh, no, Daddy.
Oh, no, Daddy.
I know.
It seemed like for 3.5 quarters you were frustrated, couldn't get things going. What changed in those last 2 drives?
I know, we're just not doing things well enough to sustain drives, get the ball in the end, score points. And, you know, runs are good. We're close, but not that close. Third downs, we're close, but not that close. Had a few shots, some big plays, missed them close, but not close enough. And then made some plays at the end. So that's what it takes. 4th and 4 on your side of the field in the fourth quarter. You wanted to go for it. Got overruled. What did you think of that decision at the time? Man, well, great job by Coach Bowles. I give him all the credit. That's what he wanted and how it turned out, so I'll take it.
So you got enough points, but you've been saying you need to score more points. Where do you go from here to get the offense clicking to where you want it to be?
We're going to keep trying to score more points. We played a #1 defense in the league on Sunday in San Fran, and they're a great team. So we got to go figure out how to get a win there. It'll be tough.
Thank you, Tom. Congratulations, and happy birthday to your daughter.
Thank you. Okay.
Tom Brady now 2-4 in the regular season against the Saints, and he had to squeeze every ounce out of this one tonight. Here's the game winner to the rookie Rachaad White, who he has really been impressed with here in 2022.
Well, as bad as it looked for most of this game, and you get into the middle of the fourth quarter and they're down 2 scores, and Tom Brady was almost perfection on the last 2 drives when he had to be, and the improbable, as someone once said, he made probable, and to be able to win that game is pretty amazing.
Last 2 drives went 14 for 18, 118 yards and the 2 touchdowns. 1 to Otten, 1 to White, 2 rookies. 2 guys who are 23, catching passes from the 45-year-old GOAT. Next week, don't miss Week 14 matchup, Patriots and Cardinals in Glendale. This has been a presentation of Monday Night Football on ESPN. So long from Tampa. What a game. Time to exhale and time to send it to SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt.